Hello and welcome. Welcome to another Friday edition of the 5-Year Career Podcasts. Hey, I wanted to ask you something. Uh, are you still ignoring Facebook in your business? That's fine. Your next 5 clients just hired someone else. They were literally scrolling past your name while you were stuck figuring out what to post. Facebook isn't just a platform anymore. It's a full-on digital farm for realtors who know how to plant the right content, build the right trust, and stay in their client's head, right? Top of mind awareness all day, every day. That's where you want to be. You see, the agents who are crushing it, they're not chasing leads, they're attracting leads. And the beautiful thing about this and today's topic is that Facebook does the heavy lifting while you sleep. That's right. This episode, we're going to break down exactly how that works. We're going to break down all of the things that you need to do. And that's why I want to welcome you to episode 58. That's right, 58 of the 5-Year Career Podcast. Lots more content where you're on the site that you're viewing us. Today's topic, though, is Facebook isn't just another social platform anymore. So imagine, if you can, starting a real estate business that creates quality, consistent, exclusive leads that allows you to create a business that in 5 short years, not 40, 5 short years will pay you abundantly for the rest of your life. And I know that sounds like a big promise, maybe even sounds like hype, but it's absolutely true. We can show you how to do this in a color by the numbers format. So welcome to the 5-Year Career Podcast, a virtual real estate seminar in every episode right here. 5 years to financial freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, it all starts with leads. By the way, you can visit us if you're listening to us anywhere else. You can visit us at on the YouTube channel. Simply go to YouTube / the @ 5-Year Career. That's right, YouTube / @5-Year Career. So, endless supply of leads. Isn't that what we all want? Today, we're going to cover this and more. Let me first, before we move on, introduce my distinguished, not extinguished, my distinguished panel, starting off with Mr. Go Vertical, Mr. Patrick Butler. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Eric. Morning, everybody. Thanks. Looking forward to today's topic. In fact, since we prepped for this, I've actually taken a few action steps myself. So again, I love these Friday calls because not only do we teach from them, we learn from them, and we win with them. So thanks for the intro.
Not only does he talk the talk, but he walks the walk. And by the way, he also casts a broader net by working with employers and membership groups. Notice how we love getting the masses involved. And so by doing that with employers and membership groups, that's been a key vertical for his go big or go home. And he's trained thousands of agents across the country during his career, and he's a principal with 1 Point Solutions. That's Mr. Patrick Butler. Now, over to my left, your right, or the other way around, is Skip Wiley. Skip Wiley is the fanatical marketer. He's a serial entrepreneur, founder of 2 billion-dollar companies, Transcontinental Lending Group, which was a nationwide lender, as well as an ERA Realty franchise. And now he's dedicated his life to training real estate agents nationwide. Good morning, Skip. How are you?
Never better. And I will tell you, today's topic is very close to my heart. As we get into this presentation today, my ex-business partner in one of my businesses, massive success doing this and this alone. So I'm very excited about this very short, very concise, very profitable presentation for newer agents who join our team.
Profitable if you, like Patrick, and you take action. But your former partner, I know him well, great guy.
I know him too.
Now full-time real estate professional, Jim Gardner, for the past 10 years has used what we're going to talk about today as his one and only tool to create leads for his real estate business. He also relocated, started his business over, did this. Last year, he grossed over 150,000 from this one lead source alone with zero advertising budget. And during his recent visit, or I think it was a golf outing, I think it was Was that your annual corporate meeting as well, Skip?
It was an interesting experience with a bunch of friends who couldn't play golf but could really have fun on the golf course.
And for the first time, I've heard a golfer say I played too much golf.
Yeah.
Anyway, with newer agents today who have a limited budget, they can use this strategy as well to create solid income if they do the work and follow our color by the number steps that we're going to outline in today's podcast. So we're going to be talking about Facebook. Okay. I know some of you may roll your eyes. Facebook isn't everybody's favorite place, but most agents don't understand the power of consistent posting on Facebook Marketplace. That's right, Marketplace. Below, we're going to talk about an outline for posting and the follow-up messages that can be used to someone responding with the ad. And by the way, another person who uses this very same technique is my good friend Skip. Skip, let's talk about that.
Well, I get to talk about posting on a business page versus other ways to post on Facebook. And I want to talk to you about why it's so critically important to set up a business page. I know lots of real estate agents that have a personal page, but they don't spend the extra time to set up a business page. Why advertise on a business page? Well, first and foremost, it's like having a retail store. You know, when you open sub shop, you have a retail store where people go to. Well, a business page is a retail store for real estate agents, or for that matter, anybody in business. What it does is it helps you establish your local as the local expert in real estate. It allows the followers that you're going to develop see consistent content. Here's what I'm talking about. Content Marketing Hub. That's what it is. It's a place where you can share testimonials, success stories, open house invitations, webinar promotions, which we're going to talk about at the end of this call today. It's a great place to invite people to events you're going to hold. Um, Also, tips for buyers and sellers. A great way to establish yourself is the local expert that somebody wants to work with. You kind of build trust with people using that page. Uh, Now, you can also use a tool rarely used except by experienced agent called retargeting. And Facebook will teach you how to add a pixel on every one of your posts so that if somebody responds to a ad that you're running or an article that or a free tip, the next time they go to their web page or excuse me to their Facebook page, they're going to see an ad that they didn't know that they were going to receive. I'll give you an example. 2 weeks ago, I was looking for airfare. Well, after I stopped looking for airfare, I had 3 or 4 different companies send me information about airfare. That's the pixel that you can add to your business page, which will essentially do the same thing. Another thing about your business page is you can actually spend money on that page. It's called boosting. And when you boost an ad, you're actually targeting people specifically that might be looking for the product that you're posting. And the final thing about a business page that's really easy to do is you can have a lead form, and that lead form will help that person become closer to you. And here's a bit of advice about that lead form, something that I've learned. You can create a lead form with a phone number, a name, and an email. And if you do that, that's good if they fill out all of that, but only a third of the people will fill out all 3 of those. So the advice when you build your lead form is just ask them for their name, ask them for their email, and be done with it, and you'll increase the number of people. Now, that's why you should do it. But the process of doing it is really pretty simple. And what I did this morning, and you can do the same thing, is you can go to Facebook and get their review process, or you can go to Chat GPT, which is exactly what I did this morning. And the process is real simple. You log into Facebook, you go to your real estate business page, And that's really important because you'll have a personal page and you'll also have a business page. You click on, and they've actually changed this since this posting from Chat GPT. What will happen now is you click on a button that says advertise, not real complicated. Just once you click on that button, you upload photos, or you can actually do a video tour. You write a compelling property description, and really important about that property description, include the price, the location, the number of bedrooms and baths. Why price? Because the more focused you are with your advertising, the less waste of time you'll have. Price is a big factor for most people when you advertise. And finally, include a very clear call to action. An example of that might be message me for a private tour. That's how simple it is to post. Takes about 5 minutes to post something on your business page. And once you're done, you've now down the pathway to branding yourself as the local expert in your community. Your retail store has been maximized. Back to you.
That's very cool. And a quick question: does when he gets the response and someone messages him for a private tour, does he show every property?
Does he show every? I'm not sure I
Yeah,
understand.
he did all this, first of all, sitting at his desk. He hasn't even left his home
Oh, yeah.
office yet.
Well, listen, I forgot to add one very significant point. I don't like to post. My ex-business partner, Jim Gardner, actually sits down for an hour every day and posts 20 postings a day. 20 postings a day. I
In one
choose a
hour.
different. What is that?
In 1 hour. So
Yeah, in
basically
an
his
hour
day.
he'll post 20. He's done for the day. And he's busy all day long following Facebook messages that come into him, and he works those leads. But I choose to do it a different way. Go to Fiverr, hire somebody to post for you. They'll do the same job for you for a small amount of money, and it will make it less stressful and less tedious, and still have the same results for pennies on a dollar.
Perfect. So once he has the lead, then it's just like any other lead, right? Now you have somebody who's raised their hand, wants to buy or rent a place, and now he has a face-to-face opportunity with credibility and so forth. So that's on the business page side of things, right? And there's always we can have a discussion about business page versus personal page. The truth is you probably need to have both. But let's talk, Patrick, about something else, which is Facebook groups.
Yep. So interesting. Those of us that have been following us past year and change know that we've all gone through various journeys. And for myself, I just sold my house. In fact, we're closing on June 4th, and I will be moving to Panama City Beach, Florida from Fort Lauderdale. And it's interesting as we were prepping for this, yeah, north, as Skip
Yeah,
was in
about six
LA.
hours north.
I'm moving to LA, Lower Alabama. It's actually a 10-hour drive, Eric. But what's interesting is, much like Skip, when he moved to Pensacola, I'll be going to a marketplace where I know nobody, have no inroads or anything. And
Yeah.
quite honestly, that's okay because, as you also know, I was just looking at my pipeline. I've got 24 listings, 26 properties that are in short sale review, and 6 pending closing for the week. I've got a lot going on right now. And Eric, I do all of that from the luxury of my desk. I never see the properties. I never meet the. Yes, you have something, Eric?
Yeah, my dad just fell, so I'm going to jump
Oh,
off.
please go, go, go.
Go, go.
And wow, let's wish Eric's father the very best. Oh my goodness gracious. But where I was going with this whole thing, so I've got a lot going on there, and I've managed to compress that piece of the business down to occupy about half of my day. The thing that popped into my mind when we talked about joining Facebook groups, I went on there and I looked for Facebook groups in Panama City Beach, Florida, and I found that there are a bunch of them. One of them has over 400,000 members in it. So rather than as a real estate professional, by the way, and I'm no spring chicken, I've been in this business 39 years. What I don't want to do is go join chambers of commerce or networking groups or any of that nonsense because I want to continue to scale back my involvement in my real estate business do less of the action myself. For example, every listing I'm talking about has its own listing agent. They handle all that stuff. I don't mess with it. But in these Facebook groups, I now can see very clearly that there's an opportunity to do farming within this group. So, what are some things that you want to do? Well, wherever you happen to live, um, which is one topic. The other one's going to be where you want to market to. Find relevant groups. So a spearfishing club may not be relevant to growing your real estate business. So looking for things that are real estate related. I know, Skip, you've been doing a lot of research in a number of different software applications to find the most searched keyword items and the most searched topics. Well, that's a good thing to start with if you're looking to join a group, but you want to be hyper local. What does that mean? Well, generalists in anything make the least amount of money. When we talk about doctors, your general practitioner doesn't make as much money as your plastic surgeon or as your cardiac and thoracic surgeon, simply because those are specialties. And that's kind of how the world works. So think about hyper locality. In our universe, when we talk about the things that we do here at the 5 Year Career to grow our business, that involves first-time homebuyers, which can be hyper-local. That involves affinity marketing or working with employer groups and membership groups. That can be hyper-local. New construction, hyper-local, which, by the way, I'm moving to new construction. I'm going to spend the rest of my real estate career selling that new construction, utilizing Facebook marketing and groups and webinars that we do every single month here at 5 Year Career. So looking for names like Pensacola Real Estate, Florida Homes for Sale, moving to your hometown. Those are two great groups. But also think about, Skip, joining a group where you happen to know people are moving from into your local area. If you want to capture buyers early on, go to those areas, target those areas. For example, the New York marketplace, people are still coming down to Florida in droves. Those can be great groups to join as well, because you can now be that destination expert. So very important stuff. Also, read the group rules. Before you jump into a group, make sure that you can contribute to them. Make sure that they allow, we'll call it advertising, but at the very least, promotion, self-promotion. A lot of groups won't allow that. You'll get flagged, banned, and kicked off the group. I actually got kicked out of Eating South Florida, which I regret to this day. And it was for something really stupid, but I know what it meant. Anyway, knowing the rules can help you get not get flagged or kicked out for spamming. Now, the next thing is your posts and your involvement. Think about these not as a sales pitch. You don't want to promote in this model a property for sale per se, but things in general, like lifestyle issues about your local area, great restaurants, or real estate trends that are happening, to show that you are, in fact, an area expert without pitching a single product, but your knowledge in the local area. I'm a boater. My property that I'm selling or will be closing on is a waterfront property. One of the keys to my success in selling my own home was that I knew everything about the boating that goes on in these waterways. I knew the depth, I knew the bridge heights, I knew where to go for fishing. Those were big deals for people that were looking to come into this area, and it should not go unnoticed. So think about your specialties that you are an expert on. And if you don't have any, get some. Find that niche. We always talk about the riches being in the niches here in our business. You might want to say something like, "Hey neighbors, I just saw 3 listings go live in the neighborhood for under 400,000." Again, you're on top of your game. You're talking about some things that are real estate related that could, in Skip's section, promote people to contact you and reach out. Those are the leads, and those are the ones that you want to work with. And pair your text with relevant photos, or as we always talk about, videos. Skip, you've been preaching that from day one when we got back together. Short videos, video snippets. People are watching today. They don't want to read so much, they want to watch. And that's why we do what we do every Friday on a video podcast. And then engaging comments. We always start our podcast with engaging comments. Don't just post and ghost, as they say. You don't want to throw a picture up there, but put some comments that will get people to respond. Ask questions, do polls, things that can get consumers and or other business partners to reach out to you. And by the way, those are other great groups you can consider. Groups of like professionals, whether it's mortgage groups, title company groups, home contractors, those kind of things as a real estate professional can go a long way in building a large following. And of course, as everybody reaches out to you, get that information into your CRM. Make sure that they're on an ongoing drip campaign for the rest of your life. And Skip, I know we've talked about it. If I stayed in touch with everybody that I did a real estate transaction with in my life, I would never have to worry about doing anything again. But of course, back in those days, it was on a 3x5 index card or in a Rolodex, never had
Yeah.
luxury of CRM. So we live and we learn. So that's where the conversations really come in at. Now, our next segment was going to be done by Eric. So, Skip, why don't we take this one together since he's having a bit of an emergency live on camera, and we
Yeah.
sure his dad's.
I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite areas. When I moved to Pensacola, I knew that if I did something that I would help me generate business in combination with webinars, which is the primary way that I develop business today and will develop business in any city, anytime, just by doing quality webinars. I immediately started posting on Facebook Marketplace. Hey, welcome back. Everything okay?
We'll see, but we got him stabilized in a chair, and we'll see.
Okay.
Real life, ladies and gentlemen, live on podcast.
This is live.
This is live TV. We pray for your father, okay?
Thank you.
So, Eric, you're back
anyway,
just in time.
yeah, you're back just in time about posting on Facebook. And I'm not going to steal this, but I'm going to tell you, I watched back in the day when I had a real estate company with a partner. All he did was get up in the morning from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, post for an hour. That was his game plan. And he always posted not on a business page, only on his Facebook market page. And I have a couple of reasons why he did it and a couple of targets that you should expect. It's a little bit different posting on your business page than marketplace. So if you're going to post on Marketplace, it's the fastest way to develop immediate leads because people will direct message you back when they see something on your Facebook Marketplace. But you need to understand the markets that it's best suited for. It is best suited for rentals and it's best suited for real estate under 400,000. And there's a reason. There's a different audience that is on Marketplace on a regular basis than on your business page. So as you begin to post, realize that anything you put on your Facebook Market page, you also have the ability to boost it. And I've done when I moved here, I found another broker's listing under $400,000. And this is a key point. If you happen to be in a market where there are a lot of builder inventory, they do not care if you post their properties. So my goal now is I've hired somebody who is going to do posting every single day on new construction. That's a huge market. It is totally free to post on Facebook Marketplace, and it's the fastest, quickest way to get somebody in your local market to be able to reach out to you with a level of interest in what you're advertising. So covered a little part of your page there.
No, but again, you're doing this, so you have firsthand experience, which is great to share. Also, just to piggyback on a couple of your comments, Facebook Marketplace, think about this. A lot more eyeballs go to Facebook Marketplace than they do to your individual page, whether it be your your personal or your business. So it's a wide marketplace, and literally nationwide people. Patrick was talking about, think about where people are coming from as well.
Absolutely.
Well, Marketplace already covers that for you because if someone is moving from Wisconsin, from Chicago, from LA, or from anywhere else and wants to come to South Florida, they're going to go look at Marketplace and look in South Florida. So you capture a lot of people. So the traffic that goes there is enormous, number one. Number two, Skip was saying that for properties under 400, which is sort of the national average, right? So you want to stay in that big part of the supply curve as it was. And number two, and this is the bonus, or maybe that's the icing on the cake, is that a lot of those renters that you're going to talk to, if you develop a relationship, most renters want to become and will become buyers. So you're
Absolutely.
actually building a future pipeline at the same time. I
Yeah,
know
in
you wanted
fact,
to add something.
I'm gonna jump in there. One of the things I always trained agents that I managed, anytime somebody calls you as a renter, bring them in and get them pre-approved. Use your mortgage partner. Say it's not going to cost you a penny, just for S's and giggles. Let's see where you stand. And half the time, they're qualified for a home loan, not even realizing it. And now the thought of becoming a homeowner is an amazing idea. And what a better opportunity for somebody to become a homeowner than going through that rental process. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And for many, that is your first stepping stone. But don't lose sight on those opportunities as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm going to add one point. It's critically important. In your south, as you travel around Florida, there are different commission levels that you will earn off of rentals. In my market, it's far less. But if you happen to be lucky enough to live in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County in the Beaches Board, the amount of revenue that you can generate off of transactions. I was talking to Jim. He was visiting we were riding together. He does 6 to 8 rentals every single month. The minimum rental that he does is 3,500, and in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County, 50% of that 3,500 goes to the agent who rents that property. The other 50% goes to the listing agent. If you're in those counties and you're not running Facebook ads on rentals, you're just not in the game.
Yeah, no, that's true. And like I said, it's also building a pipeline for the future. It has all sorts of, positives that a lot of times people used to say, no, I don't want to get involved in rentals, but it is the gateway to a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, and guys, I'll tell you what, if you live in Southeast Florida, drive around, what do you see happening everywhere? New construction, high
Yeah,
rises. What are they? Rentals. They are not
absolutely.
condominiums for sale in most cases.
That's also a very good point, Patrick, because the number of new rentals that have, at least in our area, that have been built and are being built, there's an endless flow. And
Yeah.
to Skip's point, I think it was, he said, ask a builder. They'll be happy to give you permission. So by the way, you do want to get permission before posting or advertising someone else's listing. But builders all day long, number one. Number two, people within your same brokerage all day long, they're going to want to cooperate. And ultimately, anybody that because, why would an agent not want someone else to help and advertise and promote their properties? Usually it's misinformation, and they're not serving their clients the best. So go to somebody that you know. Now, let's talk about a couple of step by step. Did you want to add something, Patrick?
Nope.
Okay. So, number one, obviously go to Facebook and post there. So you're going to go on and click on sell in marketplace, homes for sale or rent. That's where the eyeballs are. You're going to enter the property details, address, price, property type, bed, bath, and square footage. You're going to now upload any photos. 5 to 10 photos is best. Okay, more photos. People like more photos. The more that you can give them a taste of that property, the better. Include a short benefit-driven intro and, of course, your contact information, because even though you're advertising someone else's listing, you want them to come to you for access to view and now get a taste of your expertise. And that's it. Next, you just click next and publish, and boom, you're now there. So far, zero cost, maximum exposure. And watch, I haven't met a single person who's done this on a consistent basis who hasn't closed deals this way. And now, if you want a little extra turbo in the engine, go ahead and boost it. As Skip was talking about before, this is your ability to buy more views. If you want to, you can run nominal $10, $20 to get more visibility on that listing. So we have a sample listing description. We have all of these steps. If you would like a copy of everything that we described, of those things, to add to your hopefully very good notes that you took. But if you'd like a list of everything, all the steps that we've done, all you have to do there is, and I'm going to give out a code for you to text and a number, and you'll get it back automatically. So, Patrick, let's talk a little bit about the done for you component of our program.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the spotlight. So, yeah, I mean, one of the things that we preach here at the 5 Year Career is that you've got to be up to the times. You've got to be doing the things that are needed to be done in today's modern real estate marketplace. And for some of us old farts like myself and Skip and Eric, some of these things seemed a little daunting when we got back into the traditional real estate world. And, I spent 15 years selling bankruptcy properties, never had to deal with any of this stuff. And then a couple short years ago, after COVID, moved back into the quasi-traditional world. And things like doing social media advertising, CRM management, webinars, all seemed like, holy cow, how am I going to get my head wrapped around all this? And so we decided that we were not alone in this mindset. We decided, let's get our heads wrapped around this. Let's become experts at these things, which we did, but let's provide a program for our real estate partners where we can do it for them. Brilliant idea, right? So 87% of all real estate agents that get into the business fail in the first 1 to 2 years and are back out again doing whatever their dreams were shattered before they started this business. We've got a done for you program. And where we like to start with everybody is in our webinar series. I'm going to put up on the screen real quick here a QR code. If you'd like to participate in one of our webinars, we encourage you to attend one of our webinars. Take a picture of that QR code right there. I'll blow it up a little bit and register for our next upcoming home buyer webinar. We do these every single month. And as a real estate professional, if you want to participate in these and generate your own leads, just give us a shout. Eric, you mentioned you're going to give a phone number out. Well, that QR code allows you to register for one on Skip's page, and we've got a whole process that we can talk with you about. The beauty is these webinars generate, on average, 30 to 40 home buyer customers every single time we deliver them, with about 80% of those people showing up to the webinar. Either way, they're in the CRM, which we use Go High Level. We manage that for you. You just have to know how to go in there and get the leads out. You don't have to mess around with the sales funnels. We do all that for you as well. And we conduct the webinar, spotlighting you as the real estate expert in the area. So it's kind of a no-brainer. All you have to do is say, yeah, I'd like to do it. There is a little investment on this. However, we teach you in this process. It doesn't need to come out of your pocket. And for most of the people that we work with, it doesn't. They tap into their local mortgage partners, their title companies, their home inspectors, and all of those folks for the nominal advertising cost, which doesn't come to us. It goes directly to Facebook, of all things, ladies and gentlemen, coming full circle, the callback, as comedians call it. It's something that we are very, very, very proud of. We are launching some additional modules. Now that we've started working with the senior market, we've got that coming out. As Eric mentioned, we've got the Go Vertical affinity marketing for corporations, new construction, and last but certainly not least, investors. So depending upon which of these niches that you want to get involved with or have expertise in or a following, these are the ones that you want to jump on. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now, Eric, and thanks for letting me talk about that done for you program.
Yeah,
and
and
I just have one comment. The flyer that you had on screen is a perfect tie-in to those rental ads that you run on Facebook. And every single time now that I run a rental ad in my local market, I offer an invitation to my next first-time home buyer. It's an automatic tie-in to a person who really doesn't want to rent, they want to buy. So invite them to your next webinar in every ad that you run with that QR code, and you will pick up buyers.
Yep. And people don't want to buy real estate, they want to own real estate.
Yeah, good point.
And
Excellent
that's the
comment.
important distinction, because there are so many benefits to ownership. I say that myself because thank God my house is free and clear, and it is paying for my next house with a lot of leftover cash to allow my wife and I to do some of the things that we've been wanting to do. So
That's phenomenal.
yeah, That's going to be fun. You're and where you're from, where you'll be up in Pensacola, you're just a few hours from so many different places to visit. So, best of luck. You're going to have a lot of fun. So, as I promised before, we're going to give out a phone number. If you like what you heard today and you want a copy of our step-by-step complete guide on how to get leads on Facebook, and most of them at absolutely no cost, then text the word Facebook to 561-861-2366. Once again, that's 561-861-2366. You'll get an automated response, and then you'll get that information. And then all I can say is that do yourself a favor, come be a fly on the wall to one of our webinars, come see how it's done. Everything that you've heard both today and on the webinar, you're going to understand why leads are never a problem once you start marketing one to many, whether it be by Facebook, whether it be on the webinars. We figured out, we've unlocked the code, and that's what we want to share with you. So at this point, I want to thank our guests, Skip and Patrick, and all of you who are watching our podcast live. I want to invite you again. We're going to be doing the same thing next week. Thanks so much for joining us here on the 5-Year Career Real Estate Podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the episode. And if you like what you heard, tell a friend. Don't forget to subscribe right down below or wherever it is right here. Rate us. Tell us what we did right. Tell us what we did wrong. Your feedback means the world to us. Stay tuned for more exciting content in our upcoming episodes. Follow us here on YouTube for behind the scenes. Wait till we start giving you some of the cut bloopers and all the fun stuff. And remember, don't just listen. Use this information to build your 5-year career. Thanks, and bye-bye.